We're going to start off with what I think to be the biggest release of the lot, Godzilla Minus One.
Is
So,
it?
Harry, I think so.
Like, I think
I really
it's.
do.
I think
Yes,
for
above Wonka.
just going through it, I do think I rank it above everything else. But yeah, so I'm the only one that saw Godzilla minus one, right?
Yes.
So this movie's made on $15 million. I love monster movies. I love the idea of Godzilla. I'm a big believer that the Universal MonsterVerse isn't good. I don't like any of those movies. Godzilla vs Kong, Kong Skull Island. Kong Skull Island's probably the best one, but it's still not that great. Um, I do have a really soft spot for the Matthew Broderick film back in like 1998, 1999. I fucking love that movie. Just because it's like so weird. Like that one line where there's a giant pile of fish, like that's a lot of fish. Love that shit. But I was going into this and I hear a lot like it's incredible, it's incredible. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go watch it. And this is for me. I'm still yet to watch Shin Godzilla, which I was talking to Marta about this film, and she's like, I think Shin's still best. I'm like, cool. So I bought it, so it's in a bag next to me. So I'll be watching that next week or so. But for me right now, this is the best Godzilla movie ever made. Um, the one thing going into monster movies that you don't really see ever is like a captivating human story, especially with the Universal MonsterVerse. My main critique all the time is less human shit, more giant lizard stuff, because that's always going to be the best bit. But in this aspect, it's amazing. So this whole world takes place just at the fall of World War II, and it's following this disgraced kamikaze pilot, who is alive, so that's why he's disgraced. And this whole world about him raising this girl in a post World War II era Tokyo. But there's also a giant lizard. Like, it's incredible. So there's this whole captivating human story on one side, but then they also engulf it with this epic scale of destruction that Godzilla is. And I said this in my review. One of the main things that I loved about this film is that the studio doesn't empathize with this fucking creature. Like what main Western studios always do with monster movies, they always want us to compare ourselves with Godzilla, want us to, or like another massive monster. They always want us to have like a redemption arc for this fucking reptile, and which is so
So
weird. It's
unrealistic.
so unrealistic. Where it's just like, oh yeah, him and the giant ape are friends now. Like they wouldn't be. This thing's a dinosaur that breathes atomic fire. Like that just wouldn't happen. Whilst this is very much like this is a human story using Godzilla as a point of absolute destruction, and this is made on $15 million again. So this is, I was going into this being like, I reckon the destruction elements and the Godzilla elements aren't going to look good. They're incredible. Like they're some of the most jaw dropping shit I've seen in the cinema this year. Some of the atomic breath scenes, unfucking real. The design of Godzilla is amazing. They've gone back to the old school black and white sort of design of him, of just like walking like kind of
Hmm.
waddling, but just because he's so huge and he's like it's a giant lizard, so it's kind of hard to say he's realistic, but it is realistic because he's just mowing through everything. He just
I know what
walks
you
through
mean though, in
buildings.
comparison to like the more recent ones they made. I can't remember what actors are in those, but like I feel like he was pretty cheesy looking.
Yeah. So every actor is in those, but it's just so forgettable. It's like Brie
Yeah.
Larson, John Goodman, Tom Hiddleston, fucking Aaron Taylor Johnson. Like their cast list is insane, but those movies are so forgettable, that you just don't remember. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I think it's a absolutely one to see on a big screen. The score is disgusting. They use the old school score of whenever you see Godzilla in the old black and white movies, and it hits hard. But there's just like a couple of like little twists and turns in this film as well that are just super surprising. But they brought it really back to Godzilla being terrifying, and it isn't over like 1 year. This whole story. Sorry, like one weekend or whatever a normal Godzilla film is. This story spans years, and it's just really interesting that they've made a human story in this Godzilla movie, and I thought they hit it out of the park. So yeah, I gave it 4.5. Goes it. That's
Yeah,
my
I
review.
really want to see it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it in theaters. I really hope so. Hopefully it stays another week or two. But
you?
was it advertised? Because I feel like I
No,
didn't see a singular trailer.
no, I didn't see it advertised at all.
I remember when the trailer. I remember the trailer initially dropping. How long ago that was, I can't really say, but I've had my eyes on it. But again, I live in New Zealand, and that shit's not releasing anywhere near me. So
Yeah.